What's up, soldiers? Best Medic GBL here. Talk about the Battlefield 1 server rental program. I know you guys have a lot of questions on whether you should rent a server. What can you do with your server? Should you wait? Should you get one for your clan, your communities, or just to screw around with? We'll go through as much as we can what we know about the program. Know a little bit more than everybody else because I currently rent 4 servers for the network we are starting called Cheat Free Network. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. For now, let's get right into it. I am on the PC. On the PC, you want to go and from your main menu, you'll see the store icon at the top. You want to go and click on that, and then you'll see at the bottom left of these drop-down options, you will see Rent a Server. Now, when you rent a server, you'll come up to another screen, which will give you some information that it is in a beta, so hopefully they will improve these services. I'm really kind of ticked off at what they've given us out of the gate. It's really something they must have woke up on and did in a morning's time because there's really not much features. And some are very disappointing, so be sure to listen. Okay, so here you can click on Rent Server. It tells you can quickly set up a server, blah blah blah, details from spawn times to tickets, create your personal game experience, build a community around your server. You can't build a community around this server. You can take your community, existing a community, and maybe do that, but you're not going to build a community at this current time with this setup, and I'll explain all that. Use this item to start a new server or extend your current one. No, you cannot use this item to extend your current one. You'll have to do it a different way. But anyhow, click on Rent Server here, and you get to the basic setups here. So this is the details of the server. This is what you will see in the server browser. And please note that you will really only see this server information in the server browser. Currently, there is no information in the game of what server you're playing on or anything like that. It won't tell you the map of the game you're playing from what I could see inside the game. I've looked extensively. I could not see anything. So this will only show up for people who go into the server browser and start filtering. Okay, so I set up my servers like this. Again, if you want to join, check out our cheat-free network of servers we have going. My name on Twitter at BestMedicGBL, and then I play for charity streamers community we're starting, and my network is called Cheat Free. We really work hard to keep the cheaters out of our system, so I always tag my servers with a keyword cheat free, so you can type that in your filter, bring up all our servers, and join the one that interests you, and then I'll name the server what it is. So it's 24/7 Conquest, for example, US East, and we'll talk about where you can rent the server shortly after this detail. Next up is the description. Okay, maybe you want to enhance the description, pistols only, but that's not the case. I'm just typing this in. So, you know, to describe your server, cheat free, adult, administered, great community. Okay, whatever you want to type in here. And then this message, I put in here also my Discord. Discord.gg/CGQXEPE. And this should actually be an S, secure server. Okay, and join us on Discord, for example. Okay, and then this message, I don't even think this message exists right now. I imagine this will be like when you join the server, this message is what you see. But this message I've yet to see do anything. So I just put in here Twitter. Oh no, let's go with Twitch. Twitch.tv/Critabit is my streaming name. If you want to give me a follow and join our network, hit us up here. We do squad training, and I try to stream my squad training purposes as we get going with our network here. I don't even know how to spell my name. Critabit. It's not Critabit. Critabit. Crit a bit. Okay. That's that. So that's how you set up the details of your service. Now, how much does a server cost and how can you rent it? That was explained in the document on the forums released by EA. Battlefield 1 team, and you can rent it for 1 day, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, or 180 days. And you save 10%, which is why you see the prices crossed out, and they're a little bit cheaper. You can save 10% if you are that EA Access subscriber, monthly subscriber, on your Origin account. Okay, so I paid, instead of $2.99 for a day, I'll pay $2.69. Instead of $11.99, I'll pay $10.79 for 7 days. Instead of $42.99, I'll pay $38.69 for 30 days. So pretty much right there, you're kind of saving your monthly fee if you're renting a server. So there's no point not getting EA access if you're renting for 30 days or more, because you're basically getting it for free. Okay, 90 days, $89.99 instead of $99.99. And 180 days, $134.99 instead of $149.99. What should you rent a server for now? I say you just rent it right now at a short time period, unless you really already know you're there for the long haul. And more tips I'll be giving through the rest of this video to help you with that decision. But yeah. There's no individuality of the server. There's no IP address. There's nothing to distinguish a server other than you have a server. So renting a server for a week and then losing it for 2 days and starting up a server again, you really have nothing because there's no IP you lose. So like people will bookmark an IP. There isn't one. It's just you have a server or you don't. The main thing is going to be your title, and that's how people are going to find you. Of course, there is a favorite, and you might lose the people who are favoriting, but they're going to type in your keyword and find you again. You can always, I imagine you just resubscribe again. I imagine, I don't know if it's reoccurring or not. That's a good question. I'm going to find out. I don't think it's reoccurring. Whether it'll ask you, I'm not sure yet. But that's for your rental period. Now, what are the regions you can rent? Now, there is regions available in Asia, U.S. East, U.S. West, East being New York side, West being California side. Okay, Europe. I've yet to see any capacity in Europe, so I'm not sure that they have even rolled out their Europe servers yet. South America and Oceania, which is our Asian friends. Now you can see there's no capacity in US East, so currently in their beta program, all the servers have been rented in US East, and that's what I've noticed so far. Is US East is heavy, US West is not very heavy. Matter of fact, I have a US West server, and it's very hard for me to get it started. I had it started the first day, and it's been about 3 days later. I haven't gotten it started again. I'll try to get it started today, but not many people seem to be playing on the US West that overflow from official servers into the rented ones. So there's your regions. Then you go back into maps and modes. Now, this is what I found to be very disappointing. Something you should pay attention to. How many people play on my server? How many slots are there? All that stuff. You've had dedicated servers in the past. You know about player slots. Whether you want 16 players, whether you want 22 players. Maybe you have Conquest, but you don't like it at full 64. You think there's too many people, and for that size of a map, you just want to play with 54 players. You can't do that. So it's very basic. It's even extremely basic with what they've given us out of the gate. Once again, this is a beta, to be fair, and I'm sure they made it very quickly, but they should have had this done long ago, if you ask my opinion. But just so you know, server size 64 players. Conquest, keyword Conquest only servers will be 64 players. So basically, you play Conquest, okay? You play Conquest, you pick, just so you know, I'll go through this quickly. You can pick up only 6 maps, okay? Which sucks. You just rented a server. You can even cycle through the 9 maps that are currently available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 maps. you can't even set up a server that you've rented to go through all 9 maps because you can only pick 6. You can only pick 6 servers. Here, 1, 2, 3. Oops. Six. That's it. Now you can't pick no more. So you can only go through 6 servers. Now this is the thing here. Watch this. I am a 64 player size. I have no choice. I can't change it from 64. I can't make it 32. I can't make it 48. I can't make it 52. I can't make it 62 with 2 reserved. There's nothing like that. There's 64 players. However, if I deviate and say I want to take this server and I want to make this Ballroom Blitz Domination, okay, you just set your server to 24 players. So there's no choice. You either get a 24 player server or a 64 player server. 64 players can be conquest only, no combination. Which I could see why. You're at 64 players, you change the domination and maps only for 24 players. But why isn't domination set up to be a 64 player game? What were you thinking, BA? This is Battlefield fucking 5. It's Battlefield 1, but it's Battlefield 5. They've been here before. Don't they know how to make their own maps? I'm just a little tiffed about this. This is just mind-blowing. It's like, who is in control of these games and their design? And this is Battlefield. You can't have domination on a larger map or more players on a smaller map to make it a little bit more intense? That's what Battlefield was all about. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that really gets me tipped. So anyhow, yeah, if you set any combination of game other than Conquest, you'll be a 24 player server. You can't make an 8 player server. You can't make a 16 player server. It's 24 or 64 for Conquest only. Yeah, and again, you can only have 6 maps. And of course, different modes can be. Let's go through the modes just in case somebody was really interested in what modes are out there. I should be fair to them. Okay. So you can have Conquest, Domination, Rush, Team Deathmatch, or War Pigeon modes right now. Okay. And you could have all the different ones, but they will be 24 players. Okay. And then we'll go into weapons. So what can you have? How can you set up weapon-wise? Restrict weapons. Wow, I'm really choking. Melee. You can turn off melee. Now what's very strange about melee is melee also affects handgun. So pistols only servers. It's kind of weird. Like this is a little grayed out here, so keep that in mind. I haven't tested this, but if you turn off melee, you're turning off handguns, it seems. Which is strange to me. But if you're turning off handguns, can you melee? Let's say you want pistols only. You don't want people to knife. Can you do that? I'm not sure. So check on that before you rent your server. Because that's really weird how that grays out. But otherwise, other than that weirdness, shotgun, you can turn that off. That's grayed out. So, that's weird. If you want to turn off shotguns, fine. If you want to turn off explosives, fine. Large machine guns, no LMGs for some reason, no SMGs. Maybe you just want to have single action rifles and no shotguns, but no explosives. Those are the things you can do. Okay. So get an idea of what you can do there. Now if you go to kits, this is kind of silly. Why would you turn off kits? You could say assault only maybe on a server. It's weird that one's grayed out. So it's showing me that this is probably a bug of some sort. Be very iffy. There's a lot of bugs in Battlefield 1. Very unpolished game at this time. Good game. Lots of bugs. But there's your kits. I imagine the most used one will be no elite classes, the flamethrower kit, the sentry kit, and the other kit, which I forget the name of. So that's it. If you want to turn off the classes, you can do that. Vehicles, you can turn off all vehicles, land vehicles only, air vehicles only, or everything. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory there. Now miscellaneous. Miscellaneous gets some things that aren't exactly all self-explanatory. We all know what the kill cam is. You can turn that on and off. Now, one thing you guys want to know, are you playing on a modified server? When you go into the server browser, there will be a little text tag in yellow that says custom. So if anybody's set anything else outside of the official server settings, there will be that tag that says custom, and then it'll show you everything that's been toggled in the description. So that's how you can learn what's on a server when you're server browsing. Okay, HUD, so you don't see nothing other than the action in front of you. Can be on or off. Friendly fire can be turned on or off. Regenerate health, obviously hardcore mode would want regenerate off. 3D spotting, I believe 3D spotting is when you see them on your screen, kind of like a wall hack. After you spot them, you see the little red marker running around. I think that's what 3D spotting is. Don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below. Mini-map spotting, obviously you have the little map. You can turn that on and off. So some people might want to turn 3D spotting off because they feel that's a little fake. It makes your eyes see things obviously more in a hardcore mode, but mini-map spotting is okay because in real war, he's over there! You know, you see he's over there. Communication effect. Okay, always fog on or off in case you really want to set the fog dense for close quarters, less sniping stuff. Turn that on and off. Name tags can be on and off, and vehicle 3 third-person cam. Basically, when you see kind of like from an external view outside the vehicle by pressing your V key by default, I think it is, instead of cockpit only mode, first-person mode. Okay, you can turn those on and off. So there's your miscellaneous settings. And rules, very disappointing coming into rules and seeing the very lackluster amount of features and options here. Bullet damage, if it's at 100%, you might be like, oh, it's just a little too much, a little too weak. I want to make that 120%. No, there's only 3 options in this frickin' tree, and that is 50%, 100%, and 200%. So in case you play these conquest games and they're 30, 35 minutes long, and that's just too much. You just want to take that down to a 25-minute game. You can't set that to 80% or 75%. You either can go 50, 100, or 200%. Okay, so that's very displeasing. I don't know why they couldn't make a slider. It ain't much difference in coding. Whoever is doing this is being very lazy. Okay, respawn time. 100%, 50%, 200%. Vehicle respawn time. I'm not sure if this is 200% means it responds faster or it takes longer for them to respawn. You'll have to experiment on that, but I'm pretty sure that's faster respawn at 200%. Excuse me, I got allergies infliction today in my throat. Okay, so that's pretty much the servers, the options. Now, just take a look at how you join and use a server browser. So you go back here and you go to multiplayer and you go to server browser and how do you configure them once they've been set up. And here you can see my servers. Basically, I'll talk about my network now, my little cheap plug. I run a network called Cheat Free. Basically, professionally administered cheat-free servers. Oh wow, my other server just died. I gotta get it going again. And just type cheat-free in the filter here, and you will see my servers. And here again, as you can see, this is the title, and then that's the all you pretty much see, unless you go in. Click it in further, and then you can see the more information. Again, you can see that Discord thing, but you don't see the message. And I don't think you see the message or anything else in game. You don't see any of this information in game, what server you're playing on. Nobody knows when they join your server through a quick match that they're on your server. You have to actually sit there and spam and chat and get people to bookmark your server. Hopefully that way. I've yet to have it happen. I've been lucky enough to know how to set it up so that the quick match is filling it up when I go in there and idle for a little bit. And I will show you guys that. Again, sorry for my choking. This is a really bad video. So you can join here. when you view a server, if that's what you want to join, here's all the little options of the features. Again, it'll say custom if this is anything other than default, and it will more specifically point that stuff out. These are all default servers right now because, again, unless you have a bunch of people who are going to start the server with you, they are not going to get started unless you're running the default official servers. And the key is, because you hung around, make sure it's on amins. I think it's gone by alphabetical order. I don't think there's any randomness to the servers it selects to fill up. I honestly believe if you are not on a AMIENS map, that you have very little hope of ever getting your server started through the quick match system. Uh, so that's my tip for getting your server started, basically. Um, how do you configure your server once it's set up? Here you got servers, your favorites. Make sure you favorite all your servers. Shoot. How do I? And then you go to your servers. So once you go to your servers, you'll have this little triple dot thing over here. I forget the technical word for it. And you click that, there's a little drop down and it says configure. So you can go in here and then you can edit all the settings again. And then you click update server. So for example, my server was full. Let's go back, let's do this for real. Okay, this US East server, this one right here, 41 ping. This server was running, and it is on amins now. Weird. It's weird that it quit. But you want to go to configure. Let's say the map rotation was off and it's on something, the forest map. You really don't want to edit anything else. You just want to get your server going again. Just go and hit update server, because by hitting update server, it's going to refresh back. Always set the first map to amins if you want to use the server browser, the quick match to get your server started. Make sure it's on amins, okay? And then join your server and then just wait it out. Okay, just click join and wait it out. And it should populate if, there's enough players playing, which prime time, you'll get it going. Here, mine's just started already. I just hit update server, and because it needed a server, it found the first AMIEN server, and now, as you can see, that's great that they did it right here. Just because I hit update server, that probably triggered it to look for that server if all the other servers were full for quick match. So I'm going to jump in here and get this going. Thanks for watching. Please check me out on Twitter at bestmedicgbl. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Critabit. I will be doing squad training. Talk to you a little bit more about that. Our cheat-free network is comprised of co-op players who love to play Battlefield the way it was meant to be played. We play on adult administered servers. We have no abuse of power, but if you hack, you're banned. We play fair here, and you will have the best Battlefield 1 gaming experience possible. We work hard on training troops, play the game correctly with your squad, develop your FPS skills that you didn't even know existed. Master your weapons, master your communication, your class, and individual skills. Far superior than any cheat will provide you. So join us on the Cheat Free Network. This is Critabit. Thanks for watching. See you on the battlefield.